After 17 years at the university, I was still not immune to the buoyant lift of first-term energy. It was a couple of weeks into the semester when she approached me. I had just given my Thursday morning lecture on modern Irish history, and the students were filing out, a buzz of conversation rising as they climbed the steps to the exit. I was closing my laptop and putting away my notes, silently calculating whether I had enough time to nip to the common room for a coffee, when I felt someone's presence and looked up. She was standing across from me, holding her folder against her chest, her face half hidden behind the long golden strands of her hair. "Dr. Connolly," she said, and immediately I caught the hint of a Belfast accent. "Yes?" "I was wondering if I could talk to you." I slid the laptop into my bag, fixed the strap over my shoulder, and noticed a kind of wariness hovering behind the big round eyes. She was fair-skinned and had a scrubbed, clean look about her. Many female students come to class in layers of makeup, a miasma of chemical smells surrounding them. This girl was different. A freshness and simplicity about her appearance set her apart, and made her appear terribly young. "Of course," I said briskly. "I have a meeting in a few minutes, but you can walk with me if you like." "Oh, no, that's okay." Disappointment, a faltering expression that piqued my interest. "Perhaps some other time," she said. "My office hours are on Fridays between 3 and 5. You're welcome to drop in. If that doesn't suit, you can always email to arrange an appointment." "Thank you," she said politely. "I'll do that." We walked together up the steps to the exit, not speaking, an awkwardness between us. "Well, goodbye then," I said, checking my watch and ducking into the drift of students heading towards the stairs. By the time I reached my meeting, I'd forgotten her. Funny, recalling it now. Such a momentous thing. Our first meeting. Since then, I've come to look at that moment as the point at which my life split, like a page folded over and creased down the middle so that everything fell into before or after. My office is on the 3rd floor of the Arts Building. It's covered with book-filled shelves and framed prints. The 1916 Proclamation, prints of 2 William Orpen sketches from the trenches in the First World War, a framed and faded photograph of my grandfather with others from the Royal Dragoon Guards, and finally, a cartoon from the New Yorker featuring 2 academics squabbling, the last a gift from my wife. There's also a family photograph of the 4 of us hiking to the Hellfire Club in the Dublin Mountains, which I had taken with my phone the previous summer. Holly's hair is wind-tossed, Robbie is grinning, and Caroline's eyes watering. We look happy, individually and as a family, my arms circling us all in a messy embrace. The city and suburbs, this campus and office are a distant blur in the background. The closest thing I can see of that outside world and the most appealing feature of the office is the window that takes up the entire southern wall and looks out on the courtyard at the heart of the building. A small copse of birch trees grows there, and throughout the year I like to observe the changing colours of the leaves and watch the passage of the seasons. I've spent my entire adult life, apart from 3 years working for my PhD at Queen's, on this campus. I've loved every minute of it and consider myself lucky to be here, gradually moving up the ranks from adjunct to associate professor, and I love the interaction with students at lecture and seminar level. I love the inquiring minds I meet, the irascible and sometimes irreverent arrogance of a student's interrogations of the past. I'll admit, I was ambitious, and I've had to work hard. It's not like things came easy for me, not as they do for others who seem to have a natural flair for reading the past. My work was painstaking, but it brought its pleasures. Even so, she arrived at a special moment of opportunity in my career. My old teacher and the head of our department, Professor Alan Longley, was due for retirement in 2 years' time. He had hinted strongly on more than one occasion that his position could be mine if I played my cards right, so to speak. Of course, head of department would mean more work, but I